Hi, yeah, we're here at Wapping Wharf today in Bristol, we're at the topping out ceremony for our 256 home phase 2. So it's a pretty important day. Topping out means we've reached the top of the building and we're going to start fitting out internally. So we've got all of our partners here today to celebrate this milestone within the scheme. Here what we've got is a multi-tenure scheme in terms of the housing. So we've got private homes for sale, which have gone absolutely brilliantly. People love living here in terms of phase 1. We've had a great start with our marketing campaign on phase 2. Importantly, affordable housing, genuinely affordable housing for local people. And phase 2 is actually delivering extra over affordable housing to the planning requirement. Thirdly, we've got build to rent. So all of these things and the way they're financed with some very innovative financing from Homes England that has allowed Muse and Umberslade, our partners, to accelerate delivery of this site.
Well, I think personally the best schemes are ones that have a community feel about them, and I think you build communities by having a different range of tenures for the residential, and also bringing in different commercial uses as well. It's been a great success. Umberslade bought Wapping Wharf 16 years ago, and it took us a long time to get planning permission, and then our ambitions and our vision to try and deliver that vision. We couldn't do it on our own. We're not big enough, frankly, to deliver the size of construction and buildings that we're delivering here. We worked with Homes England, who introduced us to Muse, and it's been a great success. We're very different, but that difference has actually worked extremely well, and it's a good team.
So regeneration schemes in their nature, by their nature, challenging, difficult schemes. Private sector brings a certain level of skills, risk-taking, innovation, but quite often there will be financial challenges or physical delivery challenges around infrastructure that actually make it very difficult to do just with the private sector, and that's where partnership working with government and public sector partners like Bristol City Council in this particular case at Wapping Wharf allow schemes to come forward that would either otherwise stall or maybe be delivered on a much slower basis. Muse, we find one of the best developers to work with. We've been doing schemes with Muse for a long time, either in terms of joint venture partnerships, say in the English Cities Fund, or actually as a funder, and that can be a funder providing loans, or we have provided grant funding on some schemes. But what we get consistently with Muse is a clear understanding of what Homes England wants to achieve by being involved in development, and consistently we get good quality outputs from the finished developments.
Well, there's a few key things I would share. One is about the share of affordable homes. So we need our developments to come forward affordable, and this is a really good share of affordable for us here. Secondly, it's about proof of delivery. Every development that happens in Bristol is more evidence to government and to the sector and to the city itself that we can get things done, and that's really important. And the third I would say is this is about building residents in the middle of Bristol as we try to bring forward a redevelopment of Bristol that is not car dependent. Well, it's massively important that the public and private sector work together. One is about resource. The public sector cannot do it alone, so there's a sheer amount of volume that's needed and the finance, so we have to cooperate. People in the private sector do live in places, right? They live in homes, in the cities, often in the places where they're doing their regeneration. And building a beautiful place in which people can afford to live is good for the staff of those organisations too, and the culture of those organisations. So we all have a common interest in building great places.
Great question. Transformational regeneration is genuinely happening here at Wapping Wharf. It's changing a place, first and foremost. This was, as I said earlier, the last piece of the jigsaw. It's changing lives. We've got mixed tenures here. We've got build to rent. We've got genuinely affordable homes for local people. We've got private sale, we've got businesses. We've got 15,000 people a day now moving through a brand new piece of public realm, which is linking into Bedminster and the city centre, so changing outlooks. So this really is, in every sense of the word, a transformational regeneration scheme.